Okay, we are live. I'm Mike Davis. This is our regular Wednesday night Lovecraft easing games. We've missed a couple of Wednesday nights due to various of us being ill. Me, not blaming Ben. I've been ill too.
I was too last week, so I think it's just all around bad couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were, weren't you? But anyway, we're back on track. So this is Game 6 of our Wednesday night games, Session 4. So what we will do for everybody watching is we'll catch everybody up on the story, the plot, what's going on. So if you're watching this for the first time, or you don't remember because it's been so long, no big deal. We'll catch everybody up. Are we waiting on anybody, or we got everybody? I know Tim couldn't make it because he had family.
Yeah. Is Nathan still in this, or because I haven't heard hide no hair from him in weeks?
If you haven't heard from him, then
yeah, I didn't know if he contacted you or not, Mike.
No. Okay, awesome. So, this gentleman here, Ben, is our game master, folks, and Ben, you want to kind of tell the audience what the game is? I mean, pardon me. I need some coffee. What the this particular storyline is, and
sure.
where we are.
We are playing the Plantation Adventure, which is a classic adventure from the Mansions of Madness supplement put out by Chaosium many years ago. We started the game in Arkham, Massachusetts at a benefit luncheon for Miskatonic University, trying to raise money for a new sciences wing. And the investigators, having met at this event, were surprised to find the chauffeur of a Mr. Kavanaugh hit a young boy who ended up being from South Carolina. He was up in the north looking for the owner of his family's the plantation his family worked on, because the owner's brother, who was in the south managing the plantation, was putting the young boy's sister in danger, supposedly. So, in the company of Professor Gist, who was the plantation owner, the investigators headed down to South Carolina. And in the midst were, chased by possible agents of the plantation owner and The Walking Dead.
No, it wasn't a zombie. They told me so on the train, remember?
Oh, that's right. You must have been mistaken. So, once upon reaching South Carolina, one of the vehicles that the investigators brought down south with them exploded, destroying the train they took there and part of the railway station. We don't know why. The police are still investigating why a vehicle like that would have exploded with such a amount of damage. It's quite unheard of.
Sorry to interrupt. What year is this set in again?
Oh, I'm sorry. We're set in 1925.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Yeah, go on. I'm sorry.
So the investigators went around Charleston, South Carolina last time, trying to dig up information about this plantation and the odd goings-on, such as what the locals call hell holes, which are sinkholes that literally open up and swallow people up and close right back up behind them.
Baby Hellmouths?
Yeah, hell. Yes.
Baby Hellmouth, I like that. Where's Buffy when you need her?
I know, right? But, and also the disappearance of a police inspector very close to the Gist plantation. However, the local police do not feel that the events are in any way related.
Yeah, what do they know?
Exactly. And
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying when we last left our investigators, they had taken rooms at the local hotel in Charleston and had bedded down for the night.
Okay.
With the Pinkertons standing guard.
Yes.
I am up as well because that is why I took a nap.
Okay, then why don't we start with Matt, Dr. Greg Thompson. Matt, you want to talk about your character briefly?
Yeah. I'm the bumbling Dr. Greg Thompson, or I guess not really bumbling, just extraordinarily uncoordinated Dr. Greg Thompson, who seems to have an affinity for being blown up and shot.
First, I thought you said bubbly.
Bubbly.
That too? Is that too?
Yes.
Quite cheerful for a man who's been shot a few times.
He's a professor of chemistry from Miskatonic University. He's been there for a few years. He just sort of got swept up into this, and now he's curious.
All right. Matthew. Donald Kavanaugh. Matthew, can you hear us?
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. For a second, it just went out. I think I just bumped the mute button.
No
problem. My character is Donald Kavanaugh. He is an somewhat eccentric dilettante whose family has extensive holdings in the Far East. They export things. And he stands out very much so. He has his Chinese chauffeur attendant with him at all times, and also he is severely deformed, so he wears a mask at all times to avoid offending the general public. So.
Okay. Lily.
I'm playing Roscoe Otis. He is a general scum of the earth kind of guy that happens to be trying to lay a little low and ended up wrapped up in this mess because he saw a kid almost get hit, and then he got shot at, and he's kind of angry about getting shot at.
That would piss me off, too.
Hey, I've been shot. That was forgiving.
You can't be forgiven in my line of work.
You forgave after not back, right?
If the person that shot at you really cared, then you would have been hit, and that's something to be upset about.
Unless they were really bad at it, and I just want to put a bullet in them anyway. I also don't trust the guy with the kid.
No.
Okay, so Ben, you're saying the last thing that happened before we start tonight's session is that you guys got rooms for the night in the hotel?
Yes.
Okay. So apparently it's probably the next morning?
Yes, indeed.
All right, I'll let you take over.
Alrighty. Believe it or not, you all have a uneventful night in the hotel. No
zombies
people shooting the windows out. No strange interlopers that may or may not be dead.
Sure smell dead.
And you all awake rested and ready to attack the day.
Oh, we're all gonna die.
Oh, come on. I haven't killed anybody yet.
Yet. Oh, you're just saving it up.
I have a reputation already? Come on, I thought I was being nice.
No, Wesley's just broken me. And I have very, very cruel friends that I started gaming with. They all killed me.
Was Professor Gist and staying at the hotel with us, or did he go out to his family property?
No, I thought they were staying with us.
Well, they did. Okay.
And he was shot at too, as far as we know.
He arranged for the hotel because he'd got a telegram from the person that was supposed to pick us up telling us that they'd be a day late.
Right. And then we're going out to the just plantation, correct?
Yes, and we wanted to stop and talk to the sheriff of the town near there on the way out.
Right.
I'm sorry, Ben. You are right. Nathan did email me. He didn't hit reply all. Looks like it went just to me. He says I have parent-teacher conferences until 7 p.m. Central, so I may be 15 minutes or so late. So he should be along in a minute.
Okay.
Time is it? 7:09. But I don't see any reason why you guys can't play, just in case it takes him longer.
No, yeah.
Are you getting chills?
He's probably still in a state of shock after the loss of his car
Yeah, seeing all that good old
and
fashioned
cargo.
the rolling the rolling Molotov is
The
destroyed.
rolling still, yeah.
Yeah, when he gets here, just catch him up real quick. And the other thing I was going to say was Tim can't make it tonight. Obviously, you guys saw that email. So we can redshirt his character.
Yep.
So he can still play. You know what I mean?
You gave me chills. Yay,
We'll
me
be going into
chills.
the state of fugue.
What's Tim's character's name? Do you remember?
I'm lucky I remember my
Give me
character.
1 second.
Yeah, I was going to say. I don't know.
I do have it written down. He is Arthur Morgan, civil engineer.
Arthur? You are wearing a red shirt, son. You guys need somebody to go
I know,
first.
and that's a mighty bad thing considering he's the one with the high-powered rifle.
Can I shoot a rifle just in case? No, I only got 25 in it. Darn.
Well, you can make him shoot it.
Oh, we can make him shoot it. But I'm saying, just in the off chance he gets his head chopped off or something, or falls into one of those hellholes.
Right.
Well, I mean, if you all remember, it was pretty much he's the one who took out the possibly Walking Dead guy with like 2 shots.
I got a couple hits on him too.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't the one that missed.
Ouch.
Yeah.
All right, sorry to interrupt, but I
Oh, no problem.
some of that.
All right. So, you all wake up surprisingly rested and undisturbed for the evening. And as you all are meandering out of your rooms, you obviously run into one another, as your rooms are pretty much adjoining.
I hope you don't mean like literally run into each other.
No.
We're just pinballing
Although,
down the hallway.
Everyone make a spot hidden roll. Simply because we do not have the advantage of the spot fucking obvious roll.
That'll do it.
Okay.
Yep, I made that.
You got it? Good.
Nope, it's not the application I want. Sorry, I'm pulling up the dice app.
Oh, no worries.
Let's see. There we go. I blew it.
You poked
All
out
right.
your eye and possibly somebody else's.
You're still convalescing from your previous injuries.
You found the wall with your face.
I don't think it's possible to get much higher than that, is it?
No,
Okay,
you really
God.
can't. So I think
No,
he just.
we won't call it a
wall.
botch, however.
I'm one away from much. I haven't had my coffee yet.
However,
Obviously.
My
this
glasses.
particular lottery was not in your favor.
Yeah.
He
Anyway,
did bump into somebody and they knocked his glasses off. He's doing a Velma right now.
I'm actually pretty good at that too. That's just sad.
You notice that there are a couple of individuals that should be present, however, are not.
The Pinkertons?
Oh no, the doctors and the kid.
Nope, they come walking out.
Okay, so the
Little
Pinkertons
Joe's rubbing his eyes, looking all sleepy. It looks like, how people look after they haven't slept in a real long time and they finally get a good night's sleep?
I wouldn't know that look because I'm usually that person.
You all notice that the Pinkertons are not here.
better them than me. That's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened, but at least it didn't happen to me.
Huh. That's disconcerting.
Mm-hmm. So,
Kavanaugh, do you want to call the Pinkerton office or contact them since they're technically your employees?
I guess one of us could ask at the desk if they left.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, there you go.
Did they leave in the night, or? I'm sure they've gone ahead to secure our route.
you go down and call the office?
Oh yeah, we can go down to the front desk. There were some men hanging around outside our rooms last night. Do you know what happened to them?
Well, yes. The night clerk did make a note in the ledger. Seems that a gentleman in a gray overcoat and fedora walked out of the building. They looked, in the note it says they looked suspiciously non-responsive.
Hmm.
And he said they just walked about 1 in the morning, and the individual kind of looked almost like he was sleepwalking, but they didn't answer to the clerk's greeting or anything like that.
That's weird.
That's when me chilled down. I'm sorry, all I got in the back of my head is like the Scooby-Doo theme playing, and I Scooby-Doo animation of a guy walking out the door in a trance.
Oh. Well, I guess, yes. I'm contacting the Pinkerton office to let them know that their employees abandoned their posts in the night and need to be replaced is in order.
The desk officer that answers is thoroughly shocked. Sir, I am so sorry. This is inexcusable. We're not going to. We won't be charging you our fee for this. Again, we're sorry. We'll have 2 agents out to you within the hour.
That's
Excellent.
what I mutter under my breath.
Just so you know, the desk clerk did say they seemed to be in some sort of intoxicated state when they left.
Oh, sir.
Not staggering
truly
drunk,
sorry.
but just unresponsive and strangely quiet.
Let me assure you, we will see to this matter immediately once we locate our agents. But we will have 2 fresh agents, and I guarantee they have not been drinking and will not be drinking for the duration of your need of them.
Excellent. Since that would be illegal.
And the majority, like the most amount of liquor this town has probably seen just blew up on the train tracks.
We are upstanding and law-abiding citizens.
I had nothing to do with that, Sean.
The only person that I heard mention bootleggers was the editor of the paper.
I was accused of being one once. That was about it.
Oh.
The Pinkerton agent hangs up with you, and Professor Gist you see him kind of looking out the windows. He sighs, shakes his head, and looks back over. I must apologize. It seems my friend is a little bit late, but as you know, with people down here, especially upper-class people down here, they have their own sense of time.
I had no idea.
I just kind of look at the man in the mask and just shake my head like, I'm pretty sure you have your own sense of time, too.
So just as he's like, well, Can I offer you all some breakfast at the diner across the way while we wait for Mr. Winsworthy?
It sounds wonderful.
Never been known to turn down a meal.
And he leads the merry lot of you across to a rather well-appointed diner and sits you down, and waitress will come over. What can I get you?
I ask if there's any house special or what she recommends.
Oh, well, I wouldn't recommend the steak. Yesterday's it's from yesterday's pot roast. However, we're known for our grits.
That's the second time today. All right, yes.
I'm all for some grits, so I guess I'll order some grits and eggs.
Yeah,
See
absolutely.
if they have any sausage or bacon.
Oh yeah.
Man, we're gonna do this right.
They set you all up. Coffee is hot, thick. Spoon stands up.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen it do this before.
We make a strong cup of coffee here.
I can tell. Does the spoon melt a little bit when I take it out? I don't think I'll do that. Did you have any orange juice?
Oh, fresh squeeze this morning. And she brings you some orange juice.
I'm really hoping that's much better off than this coffee looks.
Take a cup of that coffee to hit somebody with later, just in case we need to.
Put it in a sock.
Exactly.
What did you hit me with? Coffee from this morning. Don't worry, I'm gonna go eat the face on. Hey, this is just the evolution. I remember something about some killer tea once upon a time.
Mm-hmm. And you linger over breakfast. And just as you're finishing up, you happen to look out, and there is a long sedan car comes rolling up. Now, y'all are most likely, you're used to seeing, your Model Ts for the most part, and, occasionally some other kinds of cars, but this one's a special car. This is a
Buick 8.
With the big ship steering wheel and the
and the odd
Yeah,
number of windows.
and strange gray leaves that come flying out of the trunk. Yeah.
This is
on it.
This car is what was known as an Anderson.
Mr. Anderson's car.
The Andersons it was a luxury vehicle that was built in South Carolina at the time, and was rather on the expensive side. Just happens to look as, Winsworth finally has decided to get out of his bed and join us. And a middle-aged gentleman gets out of the car, dressed to the nines, perfectly pressed suit, and comes strolling over to the diner. And he kind of looks around, sees Gist, and walks up to you. Albert, it's been too long. How are you, sir? And just fine. Unfortunately, it's business and not pleasure that brings us down south. Oh, and Winsworth. Oh, yes. Tell them out of that. Now, are you going to introduce me to your companions, yes, Albert? So Albert introduces you all. Says, everyone, this is CTHULHU Winsworthy. old friend of the family's, old friend of mine, in fact. We were occasionally known to engage in certain business matters back in the day, before I came up north. And Winsworthy sits down. Oh, how are you all?
Well, lifted.
Well, I am famished. Have you all had your luncheon yet?
We just had breakfast.
I was going to wait it down, but if you need to eat, by all means.
Oh, yes, indeed. Well, thank you.
I would avoid the coffee, though.
So he sits back and orders a lavish meal. And lingers over it.
If I had an appetite, I'm pretty sure however much he's eaten has made me lose it.
And he, in between bites, says, "Oh, please tell me about yourselves."
Well, my family, we come from San Francisco, where for over 100 years now we've been doing import-export business with the Far East. We have extensive holdings there, and are right now mainly in Hong Kong, but are planning on expanding later on into French. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I had that research too. the area in Vietnam, France, or that the French control right now in them.
Oh dear, that sounds terribly interesting, sir. Yes, my family has been been well off in this area for a very long time. Cotton, mainly. And we still do a terrific business in it. So, do you have plans on expanding your business down here in South Carolina?
Oh no, I'm just checking out the well, to be honest, because of my health and an overprotective mother, I've spent most of my life secluded in to our family estate outside of San Francisco, and so it's just recently that I have left the Western United States to just explore the world and culture before my requirements of taking over the family business come about.
Oh, indeed. Well, I've not gotten far from home, you know. Old roots dig deep, as it were. And this is the general line of the conversation. The guy, you can tell he's really not interested in anything but himself.
I can relate to that.
He's just talking to be polite. And finally, it gets to be around noontime or so.
Yep, just a couple of rich people talking about themselves and pretending to listen to or talking about themselves and pretending to listen to
each other. Well then, allow me to show you my wonder of automotive technology out here. This, my friends, is an Anderson, as he's leading you out of the diner. No finer automobile has been made anywhere else in the world, and this here is made in South Carolina itself.
It is a beautiful vehicle.
Oh, yes, indeed. What kind of car do you drive, sir, Mr. Cavanaugh?
Well, we own a Packard touring car, but we left it up north, and we took the train down.
Oh, I see. Very wise of you. Heard northern vehicles do not tolerate our climate, as well as a good southern-made vehicle such as this. He taps it.
Yeah, I'll say they don't. I can tell you, the vehicle that had a very bad bout with Southern Air down here.
Oh dear, you all were not involved in that explosion at the railway station, now were you?
Well, our compatriot lost his car, but he'll be fine soon. We hope.
Hmm. Well, and he's kind of he looks at Mars for a second, kind of shakes his head. No. Well, let's not waste any more of this fine day. Please.
And for those interested, there are a couple of Truth of Andersons posted now on the website. So.
Yes, there are some graybacks here.
I've seen that before.
Uh-huh.
Didn't know what it was.
So, Winsworthy ushers you into his vehicle, and he gets it going, and you hit the road. And finally, drive out of Charleston.
No, we're all gonna die.
23 Skidoo.
And the car is trucking along. And trucking along. And trucking along. And as luxurious and comfortable as this vehicle is, you're all starting to get a little saddle sore.
Are we going to pass through Waterboro on our way there?
Yes, I'm going to have to.
Walterboro, I'm sorry.
I'm going to have to make a stop there to refuel, as that is the last fueling stop on the way to the plantation.
I was wanting to talk to Sheriff Trucks, I believe is his last name.
Oh, the sheriff. Well, I'm sure we may run into him.
Cool.
Over him.
Ooh, what was that? Nothing?
There's a star-shaped rock has flattened our tire.
And after you're driving for another hour or so, you reach Waterboro.
I was going to say, reach into what? What are we reaching into?
Right.
I didn't agree to this whole reaching into stuff thing.
Oh, you know you wanted to.
No, I like to know what I'm reaching into.
And he pulls into Waterboro. Just as like kind of leans over to Elihu. Yeah, let's stop at the sheriff's office. I mean, these people have been wanting to talk to him, but I want to let him know that I'm in the area. And what's his name? Winsworthy. Oh, of course. And you pull up to the sheriff's office. And there is a gentleman in a big old 10-gallon hat. He's kind of leaning on a bench outside the office, wearing a sheriff's outfit.
I have the strangest urge to ask him, aren't you in the wrong part of the South? I'm not going to, but I really want to ask him that.
Is that I'll go up. Are you Sheriff Trucks?
Yes, I am.
Hi, I'm
What can I do for you?
We're on our way to visit the Gists on their plantation, but I wanted to talk to you a little bit about rumors of strange cult activities out in this part of the county, and what you might know about them.
That's just simple superstition among the sharecroppers. Y'all shouldn't concern yourself with anything like that.
You've never seen anything strange around here?
Well, you know how people talk.
It's purely for academic purposes, sir. It's just, you like to document these kinds of tales, see if there are any similarities across the land in different countries.
Well, I'm interested in some of the strange geological phenomena that's going on where people are being swallowed up. Cows, humans.
As I said, people talk. It's more than likely just quicksand, if you ask me.
You have a lot of quicksand around here?
Yeah.
So, of course we do. This is South Carolina, of course.
What was the name of the reporter who told us that this
I
was
believe
the man
his
to
name
talk to get
was
information from?
Gabriel Swanson.
I don't think he said we could get a whole lot out of
Swanson.
him. He said he
Right.
might know something.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Oh, so you've been talking to that sensationalist, have you?
He was the one that told us you might have seen something out here. I was doing some research at the paper, and he came up and approached us.
Oh, I see. Well, I mean, don't take me wrong. Swanson is a good reporter, as that type go. You just have to take everything they say with a grain of salt, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. Sure, completely. Okay.
When studying folklore, it doesn't matter how absurd the story may be. It's just for recording it. You need to know these things for posterity's sake.
Mm-hmm. So, Albert, you're back in town, I see. And as your friend here just said, you're heading up to the plantation. And just as that's right, Sheriff. I just want to make sure that you're aware that I'm here, just in case any funny business happens. The sheriff's like, funny business. Please. You know that's just superstitious nonsense, and sharecroppers getting all uppity and such.
Getting shot at ain't no superstition, sir.
And he kind of looks at it, well, I've seen no proof of anyone getting shot out there.
You know, seeing as I'm one of those people that got shot at, I didn't say it was here. We've been shot at by somebody from here, but it was not here.
Do you have evidence of that?
Well, Dr. Thompson here has some bullet holes in him.
As we take his shirt open, oh, you see this bullet right here?
I've been blown up at. I'm not happy with this trip down here. I should have stayed in Massachusetts.
I'm ready to take off my clothes. We should have stayed at the hotel.
If you're looking for a striptease, there's a cat house down the way. Sorry, I had to.
I've had to tell him to take his mask off and see how he reacts to that. This isn't the
I'm saving that for an emergency.
That's a good plan.
Well,
I appreciate
your situation, sir, and I'm sorry that you were injured, but if you have no real evidence or proof that this was from somebody down here and that has shot at you, I can really do nothing. And you say it was up in Massachusetts that you were shot at?
Yeah, but there were definitely people from the South, you could tell.
Oh, you can tell. What, we all look alike or something?
No, they were wearing a big red Y on their backs for yokel.
I do hope you said that in character. Otis may have to leave the room for a moment. Like, dang, I didn't think you had that one in you.
It was Professor Gist who identified the people harassing us. That is the reason why we have accompanied him down here.
And just kind of eyes him. Yes, that's true. And the sheriff kind of sighs. Well, I know how hysterical you Northerners get, but I'll tell you what. If you can bring me some solid evidence, I'll be happy to look into the matter further. You can tell that actually make a psychology if you have it.
Oh,
nope.
boy. I've just got it at the base level.
Oops. All right.
I'll give it a shot. I've got a 5.
And I got 55. I didn't get any good.
Oh, yeah. I don't have a clue.
All right, yeah, so.
I mean, I make my living at analyzing people to rob them, and I couldn't even get it. You don't know that.
I'll give it to you. I'll give you a gimme. That you can tell that Gist and the sheriff are not on the best of terms. Like they're polite to each other, but you can tell it's kind of cool.
I don't trust none of them. Be real about that.
Yeah.
So he lives this close to the plantation. I'm pretty sure he works for who's there.
I'm guessing that
Look,
if he doesn't work for those who's there, he's got to be very cautious. And since we are with Professor Gist, he's not going to want to trust us, even if he is on the up and up.
It's true.
So, is there anything else I can help you all with?
Well,
Look, we're not particularly looking to press charges or anything. Really, we just want to know if there were any rumors of interest or anything.
Yeah.
We happened to make the acquaintance of a pair of grieving parents who asked us, since we were heading out this way and we were strangers to the area, that about their son, some sort of police officer that was found in the river near here.
Oh, yes. Well,
They said that where they're at in their lives right now, trusting strangers is easier than trusting some of the people that have been telling them what's going on.
Burn!
they said
Is that Detective Jasper Galloway?
Oh, yes. Well, that's a health matter. That's really not in my jurisdiction. But
If
being
you
a
haven't
fellow.
heard anything.
Oh yeah, as I said, if you can, that's not really our jurisdiction, but we do communicate with the Charleston Department.
Oh, we'd
But as
appreciate it in this case if you didn't.
really now. Well, I'll tell you what. As I said, if you can find me some evidence regarding that incident, I'll be happy to look. I'll be happy to open up an investigation with my department.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, he just overwhelmed me with helpfulness.
Well, what were you expecting? He's living this close to these people. You really expect him to tell us anything?
I don't know.
And Winsworth becomes welcome.
Dogs.
Anybody that's going, I suspect that anybody that's going to try and contact us and give us any helpful information is going to want to do it secretly, so nobody knows they're the ones giving the information.
You don't hush up this level of goings on without some sort of higher up connections.
Yeah.
And Winsworthy kind of walks up to you. Well, kind of tips his hat to the sheriff, who returns the gesture and says, "Well, are we all ready to go? It's getting late now. I don't want to be losing daylight."
Daylight's good. Daylight's very nice. Let's go.
All right.
Absolutely.
I don't like the dark.
So everyone piles back up into the Anderson, and you drive off. And you're going, and you're going. And about 10 miles down, Winsworthy turns off onto a narrower dirt road. And from the well-appointed and paved main road, you are now surrounded by swampland almost instantly. Giant cypress trees shadowed with gray hairline Spanish moss tower up and out of the water to overshadow the road. The air is humid and fetid, and many soft, odd sounds can be heard over the muted rumble of Winsworthy's expensive car.
It is quite lovely.
You hear Winsworthy talking about the last time he was out here. Been years since I was out here before. Blaster Road sinks deeper into the swamp every year, I swear, he says. And if you happen to look over the side of the car, you can see literally the road is just about on the same level as the swamp.
Really thinking I shouldn't have come out here.
After roughly an hour, you come to another intersection with another dirt road. On one side of the intersection, there's a cotton gin, and on the other side is a large tin-roofed building. The building is rectangular, wooden, unpainted, with a large porch.
Would that tin roof happen to be rusted?
To one side of it, two white men wearing overalls are playing horseshoes. In front stands a gasoline pump with a glass reservoir. On the porch, there's a crank-operated kerosene pump. Winsworth leans back. Well, we had better stop here. This is the last chance for gas.
I'm sure they get a lot of business out here.
The Gist General Store, explains Professor Gist. Been here for years. And he turns to y'all and says, and that is the Gist Cotton Gin. It's not far to the plantation now. And Winsworthy pulls in front of by the gas pump. Just as the car pulls to a halt, Little Joe jumps out. And he turns to y'all, and he turns to Professor Gist and says, thank you, sir. It's best I not be seen coming into the plantation. Master Caleb men be looking for me out here. Sure enough. My house, it's the one with the blue painted door. I'll be looking for y'all. And you see him, he starts to side his way out to make for it, and it looks like he's going to make a break for it.
Through the Gist swamp, by the Gist road.
By the Gist Cotton Gin.
With the
Gist plantation.
It happens to be slightly rusted.
I take a deep breath of the Gist air.
With the whispering of banjo playing, gliding on the wind.
From the Gist banjos.
Part of me wants to call the kid, another part of me like, I'm the only one with you that can shoot right now. Do I leave the white people or go with the black boy? Do I follow you to the plantation where I'm pretty sure I don't want to go?
Really?
Well, except for you registered in some ambulance that hung with you.
Joe did manage to get himself all the way to Massachusetts.
This
So
is true,
I'm
but I'm a
sure
little
now that
curious
he's
what
known.
his well, no, his mom got kidnapped with his sister, didn't she?
Yeah, and they're going to be sacrificing his sister at Obeah's stump, I think he said.
So I was thinking maybe I could talk to him. It's like, no, she's already gone, so it'd probably be best to let him do his thing, because he seems to be more than capable of surviving, unlike us.
Like, well,
I'm like,
How's that bullet wound, by the way?
I don't know. All I can feel are the burns from the explosion.
That's right, you have shrapnel.
Yeah. They took all the shrapnel out at the hospital. It was just as burns in the
They think they got it all. I'm pretty sure they missed something.
A cloud of sulfur.
Was that an old or
all
new
around me.
wound?
Jeff says he says I'll get in contact with you either this evening or tomorrow.
All right, you keep your head low, kid.
All right, thank you. So I hope you folks can do something to help to stop Master Caleb and save Cassie. I'll help all I can. Joe whispers and he slips off into the woods. So you are at the country store. The Gist country store.
I've got the gist of the Gist country store. You can stop saying it now.
You sure you didn't want to go on to the Gist porch of the Gist country store?
So I think I'm gonna go check out the Gist gin if they actually have gin hidden in there. We may need it before the end of the adventure. Seeing as our supply blew up.
Well, Winsworthy
We're
is
going to buy large amount of penny candy to hand out to any children that might be deserving of such.
Are you going in the store then?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm going in too. I'm gonna see if they have like any flashlights or lanterns or anything, just in case. Fire is not a bad idea. If something goes wrong, I'm setting it on fire.
Alrighty. Well, you go into the store, and it's pretty much shelves upon shelves of just stuff. Like, it's fairly neat, but it's also fairly crowded in there. Mostly you see like
country general store then.
Yeah, you see like farm supplies and feed and
a little bit of everything.
Yeah, pretty much. So, what are you doing? You ranging for penny candy and lanterns and such?
Absolutely.
And a rope, just cause.
Oh yes, we can always use rope.
Never can beat real rope.
Exactly.
10-foot pole, 20 torches.
Can we get the 10-foot pole there?
Silver mirror for no apparent reason.
Do you happen to have any silver bullets behind the counter?
Really?
Well, we don't carry that kind of stuff here. I'd have to order that.
We're fresh out. Actually, the last we just sold the last 6 two days ago.
Yeah, well, along with the last bit of Wolves Bane.
Darn. Don't tell me you're out of garlic too.
Oh yeah, that went last week, along with the steaks.
Oh, come on, this is the South. They're never out of garlic.
We do have some nice aconite here, though.
You wouldn't happen to have some mint for this julep I have here, would you?
You notice that the locals are kind of eyeballing you strangely, kind of looking you up and down. Obviously, they don't recognize you.
No, yeah, it's like this is the typical. Where are these people from, and why is there a black man in this office?
Well, it's mixed here in the country store.
I know you've made this pretty fair and even for me.
Well, I'm guessing that most of the sharecroppers owe the store so much money that they
Yeah. Well, it's been. I mean,
I'm sure they've never seen a silk suit like this either. So.
Of course not. I mean, out of game, they actually do say that in the text that it was fairly mixed by necessity, because just the sharecroppers and plantation owners all did business at the one store.
Yeah, yep. I'm definitely better dressed than the sharecroppers would be, so I definitely would be very out of place. Simply because I would have to be better dressed just to travel with you, and Roscoe knows how to be stylish.
Like, damn, where we get ourselves some of that?
Roscoe is he knows how to treat the ladies, so he likes to look good for them.
Sitting to one side of the counter, talking quietly to several of the sharecroppers, is a tall, cadaverous black man of indeterminate age. He's wearing overalls, a well-worn but clean white shirt, steel-rimmed spectacles, and a straw hat. He carries an enormous Bible. The other persons in the store, white or black, treat him with obvious respect.
That right there is a preacher.
Up until I heard the word Bible, I was stricken with fear.
Well, he was either the town crazy, and then when he said with respect, it's like, oh no, he's just a town preacher.
Well, I was thinking it was, before that I was thinking maybe it was Nyarlathotep, but
I like to imagine he looks better than that.
Don't jump the gun.
He's hanging at the country store, playing some checkers.
Yeah. Well, he's not playing the trumpet, so it's not. Just kind of shakes his head. Listen,
What was that?
Oh, that's Reverend Hilson.
I lean over,
The
told
local
you,
preacher.
preacher.
And as if on cue of hearing his name, preacher kind of looks up in your direction, comes sashaying over. Albert, it's been forever. How are you? And they shake hands. You can tell it's kind of forced. So what brings you around these parts? Just is like, well, heading up to the plantation to see about Caleb. And you see the Reverend kind of shake himself. And he said, oh, precious, allow me to introduce you to my company here. This here is Reverend Hilson, preacher of local fame. And this here is Mr. Kavanaugh, Mr. Otis, and Mr. Thompson, Dr. Thompson.
Thank you.
And Hilson nods to y'all.
I reach out my hand as for a firm handshake.
He shakes it firmly. And I have to tell you all, don't go up to that pit of Satan in God's name. There are things being meddled with up there that ought not to be awakened. Some powers are best left alone. Should a man value his soul? And you see him flash his eyes over to Albert.
That's true, sir, but sometimes a man has to do what he has to do to save his soul.
What's
Well,
this
sir.
pit?
But the plantation up there. Unholy practices going on up there. Unholy.
They've been going on for quite a while, haven't they?
Things of the evil one don't work for people. Never have, never will. Caleb just ought to know that. You see Albert shaking his head. Now, Isaac. Don't you Isaac me. You know it's the truth, Albert.
I already like this Reverend.
Dirty business up there. Dirty business.
We've heard tales.
Oh, indeed. And what kind of tales have you heard?
Other than that co-officer that ended up dead from up this way. So people been disappearing. Definitely heard about that.
There's been stories of voodoo rituals going on back till the 1825.
Oh, voodoo is the least of that's going on up there.
Really?
I'm assuming these holes that open up and swallow people up ain't never good either.
They're just another example of evil things that should not be awakened. You see he starts wagging his finger at Jess. You see what happens when your family messes with things that should not be messed with. I will pray for your soul.
Out of character, I'm imagining that this guy looks just like the old man from Poltergeist, except he's black. You're all gonna die!
Pretty much.
I wanted to be the little tiny woman from Poltergeist.
All are welcome!
All are welcome. Come into the light, children.
She freaked me out.
I love Zelda Rubinstein.
And as my family in itself, Donald's family is not religious. He's just thinking, all right, it's a cultural thing. They just don't understand.
Even if Roscoe isn't particularly religious, I guarantee his family was, just because of being black. I'm listening to this preacher guy. Not to mention he's rubbing it in Jiz's face, and I'm enjoying that because I really don't trust him.
Growing up with a crazy overprotective mother, the closest thing he ever heard of is being a god was apparently his father. So
I'll tell you, I will pray Pray for you people, because I for one will not set foot on that plantation. I do not want to put my soul in peril. You should not do it either.
Keep your shoes on.
Didn't have to, sir. Trust me, I would not be going up there.
Wait, do we have to? We actually don't have to go there. We can just turn right around and go home, you know?
This is true. We could, but they have the car. I'm not walking through the swamp. I heard what they said about the holes and the quicksand.
Yeah, that's fair.
So even if I wasn't scared of the holes, I'm definitely scared of the quicksand, and it's pretty much a bayou, and I ain't looking for no gators.
Yeah, too bad I didn't have
Snakes or anything else.
I should have this realization back in Charleston. Oh yeah, you know, we could just go right back home.
Oh, we could have never gotten on the train. We could have just gone home that night. It's like, well, sorry, kid, that sucks for you.
Good luck.
Here you go. Drop you off at the hospital. Huh? Good luck there, buddy.
But I had to think about why I would go if I'm gonna go help the kid. And it would be because they shot at me, and I like the kid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like being shot at.
Oh, I bet you really, really don't get shot at.
Not even that. I don't like being shot.
You don't like getting shot and blown up.
Not.
Got worse things to worry about than getting shot over up on that plantation.
Now I forgot his name. To the man who's giving us a ride. Do you live on the Yes. Do you live Windsworthy? Do you live on the plantation?
Oh heavens, no! That's Mr. Gist.
He said that quick.
Ancestral home. I have my own plantation.
He said that so
Windsworthy
quick.
plantation has been supplying cotton to this region and abroad for 100 years. And we will continue to do so. It is a proud tradition, sir. Proud tradition.
Well then. By all means, continue.
Suddenly I have a bad feeling.
Oh, you just now have a bad feeling? I mean, us being on the train and the random dude staring at us wasn't a bad feeling. Or, you know, the smell of a dead corpse after we shot somebody wasn't a bad feeling.
Never proven. Never proven.
No. Before we even got on the train, getting shot at in a house was not a bad time.
That was in character. That Donald is just now starting to have a bad feeling. I've been having.
Oh, I'm in character too. Otis said this to you.
We're good.
Just making sure that you understand what we're going into here.
Endless collection of bad feelings.
I've only felt this bad once before, and I ended up somewhere I didn't want to be for 10 years.
Uh-oh. You
I
should
know
listen
that.
to your instincts. It's the Lord himself talking to you.
Yeah, but unfortunately got somebody depending on me. Gotta go.
I know that feeling. Thankfully, we did have. Oh, never mind.
I'm a little curious where that was going now.
Well, the preacher gives his proclamations, and he kind of ambles out. He politely takes his leave and goes off to talk to the locals again.
Imagine this one dude walks past him with a paper bag or something, and he looks at him. You're gonna die too.
Repent, sinner! I know there's alcohol in that passage.
How dare you not share? The Lord does not look kindly on those.
I must take that off your hands to secure your soul, son. Give me that.
You've been in the sacramental wine again, haven't you?
I will exercise the demons. I will exercise the demons.
Hey, I've got a technical question.
Yes.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's listening to me in the other room, and she's like, half the time it looks like I can see you speaking, but I can't hear you. So
No,
I didn't know.
I can hear you fine the whole time.
I had a girlfriend that was like that.
Not always, just now while I'm on the.
I never hear you.
She tells you.
You're just doing this, and I'm not hearing nothing. I don't know what's going on with you. Okay, cool. I just did. This is a new headset, and I didn't know if the mic was working right. All right, thanks. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell at everybody.
Oh, no worries, man.
Okay.
The shopkeeper assembles your purchases. And what exactly are you going for specifically? I know penny candy. And
that's what was on my mind. They wouldn't happen to have an extra vehicle around, would they?
Yes, the general store happens to have a vehicle in the back.
The just bottled tea.
No, general stores in the country usually have everything but what you really, really want.
Right.
And some things you didn't know they made.
It's whatever my employees think might be necessary for but right now my mind's all about candy.
How many employees do we have out here? There's your right-hand guy.
Well, I think we're all here. I just think only two of us are actual paying
have,
attention right now.
Marsh and
two Pinkertons, right?
Yeah, they're
I forgot all about the Pinkertons.
Did they show up in time?
Did they?
And did they follow us in their own car?
Yeah, did they have a car, or did they just kind of ride out here with us?
They kind of rode out on the sideboards.
Oh, darn. I was going to say, if they have a car, we can leave. Let's go. You know, I've been having second thoughts about this. I really shouldn't have left my job. I need to get back. My parole officer needs to see me.
No, Arthur and Simon remained out with the car and with the Pinkertons.
So we've got basically 5 NPCs cruising along with us.
Yep.
And so, other than his penny candy, wanted to get some lanterns or flashlights, or both.
A small army descending on the...
They have lanterns.
Okay, lanterns, and of course matches, since he's going to come with the lanterns. And rope.
What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Rope.
Rope?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a idea roll, please.
Everybody or just Otis?
No, everybody can.
Okay.
Yeah, I credit that.
Hey,
I know the hell out of whatever that was.
Yay!
I've got an idea.
You all got an idea?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've got the best idea ever, hopefully.
You seem to remember that, you know, down in this part of the South, there's some mighty big snakes.
Machete! You have
And
machetes.
those mighty big snakes are mighty venomous.
Snakebite kit.
That might be a good idea.
Not really sure the snake bite kit's gonna do you much good if you get bit.
You file the areas around the latch, and you use the kit to bite the snake back before you die, and that's the.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking regular size big snakes, right? Not like Python versus Anaconda. Big.
Have you seen a water moccasin? Them jokers get big.
Yeah.
They get big.
I'm not talking like
I'm 5'3". They get big, like 6 foot long.
I'm originally from New York. I don't know snakes, man. So.
Yeah, we're lucky we haven't had too many this year. And that's just the water moccasins, not counting rattlers.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen the water moccasins. I haven't seen anything
They're
else with that.
big. They're not pleasant and very aggressive.
We have those up here in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
I saw a big snake in the water in the Everglades, and
Fun story. I actually almost stepped on a water moccasin when I was 11.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
Oh, that sucks. They get you?
No, I didn't step on them. Just, you know, that little voice in the back of your head's like, look down. And I look down, and there's a snake's tail under my foot. It's like,
Yeah,
So I stood there, and the snake sat there, and That's how we spent a few minutes, and then I tried to leave, and he started moving again, and I ran.
I'm in real life. I'm actually familiar with snakes. I live in Kansas. I mean, I'm not in the middle of a city. I'm talking about my character's from New York, so he doesn't.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
Sorry, my bad.
Otis was complaining about not walking back because of snakes and gators himself, so he knew that there were snakes.
Yeah, so he's not familiar with swamp wilderness, life.
So yeah, you might want to get a snake bite kit. You remember reading about it.
The snake bite kit, and yeah, it's like, do you have any machetes?
Yeah, you get a sharp knife so you can cut over and suck the venom out.
No, machetes for the snake.
Yeah, I understand that.
I got a razor. We're good on knives.
Okay.
I thought it was so you could cut the limb off if it was bitten.
No. I'm aiming for the. If I see the snake, before the snakes bite me, the snake's gone. That's what the machete's for, and possibly any cultists to try to take me as well. That's what the machete's for.
There
I
you
think
go.
a machete is reasonable.
Some whole chickens wrapped around sticks of dynamite to throw to the crocodiles on the way out.
The whole chickens they can do, the dynamite they cannot. He's like, dynamite? Well, sir, I'll probably have to order that.
Did we happen to save any of the shine from the car?
I do remember he said what little was left Mr. Marsh used to drown his sorrows.
That is why he is currently not talking anymore. He took too much shine. He's not responsible.
You hear out of Mr. Marsh is every now and then, my car.
It's been 2 days, man. Let it go. Then he sneezes and complains about his car again. My car.
We'll get you
mustache.
My life, because that stash blew up and I didn't have the money. That's what he's really worried about, his life.
Figured it's like, what do you mean about that stash? My mustache. My mustache.
His mustache got singed off when the train blew. Yeah.
All right,
real freakish. Nothing else burned.
Because that's the whole. I mean, we can buy you a new car when we get back up north.
Winsworthy comes back. Well, we're all gassed up. Are you all ready to leave?
I'm ready to leave. Let's go back to town.
Sharp. It's like, yeah, we're good. Let's go.
All right, you all pile back into the car and drive about a mile or two, and the sight of a broad, murky river starts coming over the horizon. There is a large plank bridge that you can see it ahead, and appears to be wooden, crudely assembled, but looks like it'll hold the car. This is like, here's the old bridge. You cross the river, we're on the plantation, be on your guard. And
that's reassuring.
Just as you get closer to the bridge, Winsworthy brings the car to a halt. You all see that there are several planks that have been removed from the center of the short span. Planks are lying by the road on your side of the river. They do look easily replaced. Winsworthy goes, what in the world? Kind of looks at you, shrugs and smiles. The locals must have been doing some work on the bridge. Gets out of the car. Simple enough matter to put them back, I suppose, said, looking around for help.
I'm rolling the spot hidden just in case. No. Apparently, Otis is so worried about snakes, he's just not paying attention. Any snakes down there?
Suddenly you hear the crack of a gunshot and the pew off the side of Winsworthy's car. Hell's bells, he bellows, and dives face first into the mud.
Oh, as amusing as that is, I get as low as I can if I'm in the car.
Yeah.
I'm like in the floorboards. and getting my gun out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I knew last night was too quiet. It's on. Let's go.
All right. Let me see.
I can yell out, I'm a very important person. You shouldn't be shooting at me.
You just
That
be ready to
always
take that
works.
mask off. Time comes, all right? Unmask, unmask. It's time to unmask. He wears no mask. No mask.
No mask. Oh boy.
Sweet Lord, it happened to your face.
Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. I'm missing my notes. Ah. All right. See, another shot rings out and narrowly misses Mr. Kavanaugh. And another shot goes wide.
Mr. Marsh, do your job. Return fire.
My car.
He's the one that used the handgun and shot somebody in the dark. That's the
Yeah, he was quite useful. But, you know, our other friend has a rifle as well.
Not to mention the
Everybody make a spot hidden, please.
2 of the 3 people that are armed are not here tonight. Yes, I made that.
You made a spot.
Oh, yeah, I found it.
Oh, I impaled it.
You notice that the shots seem to be coming from about 25 yards off to the left of the car. Ooh.
I get crazy details.
Mr. Kavanaugh.
Again?
What was that you said?
A bullet has decided to become very interested in you. Do you have dodge?
Dodge?
Yes.
Everybody's got dodge.
Oh, a little bit.
I don't have a dodge, but I do have dodge. We all have dodge. It's just a matter of how much dodge.
12
Yeah, 3
will
times dexterity.
dodge. Yeah.
Very good. You narrowly escape the careening bullet that comes flying at you from off to the left of the car.
I say, he's over there. And they
Well, if it's coming from the left, I'm going to try to slip out the right and
Exactly.
come around the back of the car.
that's when Juan is grabbing me and pulling me over.
Juan carries me along for safety.
Stop standing up and pointing.
What is wrong with you? I didn't know you could speak, Juan.
After the shot that almost hits Mr. Kavanaugh, no further shots follow. The guns go silent. What do you all do?
Well, they're obviously repositioning themselves, and I'm trying to get as low as I can with cover. So I could try to get a beat on them. And shushing anybody that's trying to say anything. Oh, listen check. That's another thing I'm going to do.
Laying down on the floor of the car seems like
Nope. Apparently, he's yelling for Juan to save him. I didn't hear anything.
Save me, Juan! Save me!
I'm gonna yell at the pink. I'm gonna yell at the pink guys to look into that.
Oh yeah, I
Do
forgot
your
about
jobs.
that. Do your job, save us.
They've taken a position behind the car.
Really? That's
Their weapons are up.
Oh, so basically they're doing what I was doing.
Yeah, pretty much. what do you all do? No shots are forthcoming or
Well,
no further shots are forthcoming.
I'm still trying to get a V and, finally call out to our driver, hey, you okay over there?
Now, what was up with the bridge? Some planks were missing?
Yep.
Yeah.
It is a very obvious trap.
Are they just down on the ground, like where you can pick
Yeah,
them up
they were just
and put
moved
them
out of the
back?
way, so he got out to see why they were moved. It's like, maybe because we can't run if they shoot at us that way? Never trust a bridge with missing planks in clear sight.
Nope.
I think they shot at us and ran off.
I don't think they're gone very far at all because we haven't shot back yet, so they don't know if we have guns.
Why aren't they still
Pinkertons
shooting?
kind of move out from around the car and start very cautiously moving towards the area, moving towards the direction that the shots came from.
Well, I'm keeping watch on them, and yeah, just trying to see if I can hear or see anything.
So I'm keeping as low as I can and scraping as much mud off my silk suit as possible.
Did you actually make it out of the car to get mud on you?
Well, I'm guessing.
I'm imagining
yeah.
one just threw you into the swamp. Here, go in there. You'll be safer in there.
That was yeah.
That's pretty much what happened.
What I pictured was some Donald standing up and pointing when he saw where they were, and then taking a shot at him, and then Juan grabbing him and pulling him out of the car into the mud.
The Pinkertons make it over to the stand of bushes where you think the shots, you thought you saw the shots coming from.
So,
And you hear one of them say, "What is that?"
Oh, hell. That is exactly what Otis says. Is it dead? I don't want to see it if it's dead.
And you
They have a tendency to move.
one of the Pinkertons starts firing shots.
Oh,
Just into the shrub.
Damn thing's getting away.
this is against my better judgment, but Otis starts to go towards them just to see what the hell they're talking about.
I don't have a gun, so I'm not going up there.
please remember who's paying you. Don't run too far away.
Yeah.
We need your help back here.
Just as you reach their location, Otis, you catch a glimpse of a very large water moccasin crawling away from a white man dressed like a sharecropper that is slowly dying.
He asked for that. Was he holding a gun? That's the first thing I look to see after making sure I'm nowhere near where that snake can strike me.
This thing is so large, in fact, comparatively to what water markers are supposed to be. You will please make a sanity roll.
Holy shit! That is what you hear Otis say.
Exactly.
I'm good. Otis is fascinated, not actually scared at this point. So what the fuck is that?
Well, we know it drove off the shooters.
I don't think it drove off anything. I think it killed the shooter.
I
have never seen anything that big in my life. That is what
only
you're hearing
one
Otis
dude
yell.
shooting. I thought maybe there was more.
If it killed the person shooting at us, it's obviously.
Oh, you don't know what it is. I'm the one that saw it. I haven't said anything to you yet.
All you heard was, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
I'm not gonna shoot it if it's not coming towards me.
No, it's going away from you. Like,
Okay.
It pretty much ignored the Pinkertons firing at it.
Now my best friend. That is the way I'm looking at it. Well, I'm not gonna bother to try to check and see. If there's a gun next to him, I'm just gonna look at him and leave. That's pretty much how I'm treating it.
What was it?
A really big snake.
Did you see the size of that thing?
Yeah, but then I definitely saw it. Wow. sooner we get back to the city, the better. But that snake, if you ever see one that big, don't shoot it. It is apparently our friend.
No reserved judgment. Hey, can we get the Pinkerton guys to replace the planks in the bridge so we can continue our fun
I'm so happy none of you are curious enough to go see what the dead body had on it.
No way.
Well, did you get the gun? That's the important part.
I'm letting the snake get far enough away, and then I'll go back and look.
Oh, that's absolutely reasonable. I wouldn't expect
that was a very large water moccasin, and I'm not about to get in the striking range.
I saw people yelling and
Yes, of
screaming.
course.
That's usually a sign not to go to that area.
Well, I saw what they were yelling at, so that would help a little bit.
When you are, yeah, of course, when you are in the employ of the Kavanaugh family, your health and safety should be your first concern.
Does anyone but
My
Otis
health and safety should be your first concern, anyways.
Does anybody else go to investigate, or is it just Otis?
Not me. I'm getting the Pinkertons and rebuilding the bridge so we get the hell out of here.
This is the classic reversal of roles for a horror movie. The black guy's going to see what happened.
Do you check the body out at all?
Yeah, I'm going to check the body after I check to make sure nothing's near the body that could hurt me.
All right, make a spot hit, please.
Okay, just a second. Nope.
No. Make an idea roll.
Yeah, make that.
The guy is dead, and you've never known a snake venom to work that quickly.
Well, I've never seen a snake that big either, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah, you know it's a water moccasin, and you're like.
That's not how that works. So
No.
yeah, if I see his gun, I pick it up and I'm leaving.
All right, it's just a .22 rifle.
That's fine. More firepower. Quickly check his for bullets if I can, or if I'm having the nerve to.
Yeah, there's another 6 bullets.
All right, so I quickly get that and go back to the car.
All right.
Yeah, he's dead. And I'm not liking how he died. As you don't die that fast from a moccasin bite.
Have to be a pretty virulent venom.
If you had seen how big the snake was, you would just yes.
Would it be appropriate to go back to the store and inform the preacher that there's a corpse on the road? Just to make sure that he gets last rites.
If we turn around, I want to go back to town. That's the choices we have. If we keep going, I'm with you. But if we go back to that gas station, I'm leaving.
Well,
Only got so much courage.
I thought we were going to keep going to the Gist plantation. I thought that was the plan.
His body's not going anywhere.
Professor Gist, could you please remind me why we've decided to come along to help you?
I was watching a top 10 Nickelodeon TV shows.
I'm sorry. You say that again. You first out on me.
I thought I was your was number 2. Yes.
I remember Professor Gist asked.
Oh, I can tell you why we came. We came to save that little boy's sister.
Joe and his sister, that's right. Okay. Yes.
And that's the only reason I'm still with you right now, because I kind of told that kid I was going to help him.
And
But
that
if we
kid-
go back to that gas station, I'm not going. That's just going to be a little too tempting to turn around.
I did give him a new pair of shoes, and that,
Yeah, so
Otis
mission,
just gives you the deadest look he could give you. It's like, you really.
so mission accomplished.
Yeah,
Because
his
I think we're
shoes
done.
really replace his sister.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
But it
that's right.
was,
You're an only child. You don't understand.
no, it was. I'm just remembering. It was. He told me it was common for the children here to not have shoes, and that bothered me, and I wanted to see it. Yes.
So are we going to continue on to the Gist Plantation, or are we going to go back to the gas station? Which is the plan here? I vote we go forward personally, because me and the Pinkertons just fixed the bridge, so we could.
Out of character, in service of the story, we go forward because. That's.
I'm not kidding. Out of character, Otis is dead serious. If we go back, Otis is leaving.
Do you share
moving
the information about the snake with
Oh yeah, I tell him everything I saw. I tell him about the snake, and then I tell him I don't think it's natural because A, the snake was that big, and B, the guy died that fast.
And also, make a either a zoology if you have it, if not, an education ×1.
So just the education.
Yeah, education.
Good luck with that one.
Could I make a natural history? Would that be appropriate?
Yeah, you can do natural history, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
×1.
Oh, missed it by 4.
Nope.
Crap.
You neither?
No, there's no way I was making that. I'm a street thug. I don't deal with animals all that often. I just know that could kill me, and then I go on. That looks like it could kill me. Kill it first, and then move on with my life.
And I am completely content to take Otis's word on this.
Smart man. If Otis is unnerved by something he saw, it probably is not something you need to see too.
If it's a snake, I'm tough enough to take that guy down that fast. I'll trust you that it was deadly.
Hey, he shot at us in the amount of time it took us to get to where he was dead.
I'm sure once we get to the plantation house, we'll be safe.
I somehow seriously doubt that.
It'll be completely safe. Is Wentworthy good to keep driving us on?
Is he still in the mud?
He's trying to salvage what's left of his dignity.
He's trying to get the mud out of his nose as dignified as possible.
It caught me unawares. Just ruffians.
Got all of us unawares.
Does this happen here often?
I would hope not.
This is completely unacceptable. We must figure out what's going on with Caleb, Albert. I don't understand. And Albert's like, Elihu, we're gonna solve this. I don't understand it myself.
Sending people out to kill us. That's not cool.
Thompson, make a spot hidden, please.
Okay. Oh, nailed it.
Yeah, somebody can see.
Yeah, with authority.
You happen to look up
something in Google.
He looked so hard and so hard. He saw into the future and to the website.
Google. You happen to look out over the edge of the swamp, and you see something large swimming away.
If it's a big spider with a glowing stomach, I'm out.
It looks almost the motion is kind of very serpentine.
Could I do the natural history thing again to see if that was maybe Otis's giant snake?
Or you could just be like, "Hey, Otis, is that what you saw?"
Could Could I roll natural history again to see if that was Otis's giant snake?
Well, you'd have to get closer to the side to figure out exactly what it is. Like, you don't have to go into the water, but you'd have to move up a little bit.
Which is good because I wouldn't.
And make another shot hit.
Yeah, okay. That'll do.
Okay.
Oh, not that time.
Doc, what you doing?
Well, quite often schools of fish can be confused for large serpentine monsters.
It's not a plesiosaur.
Did you make it?
No, I
Freaking Loch Ness monster is out there too. Is that what you trying to tell me?
Swamp Nest monster.
We are not in Scotland.
Was it Swamp Thing? It's Swamp Thing, isn't it?
Swamp Thing, yes.
Well, considering that you did make a roll, you cannot
as long as
positively
Adrian Bourbeau is going to show up, I'm happy.
Okay.
So he couldn't identify what it was. All right.
Well, I tried.
Oh, it's fine. I wasn't going to try to see it any better myself. I got as much
if you'd like to try to follow it into the swamp, I don't know that any of you brought a boat with you.
All right, so back in the car.
No, I'm good. I'm ready to drive. I'm ready to hit the road. Hit the boards, whatever.
Well, once Winsworthy recovers his dignity.
Oh, he has no dignity left. Otis hands him a handkerchief and gets in the car. Suck it up. That's what he says getting in the car.
I give him a very sympathetic look because I'm also covered in mud and I have to,
Mr. Kavanaugh, I don't mean to impose, but would you mind having... Would you mind having some of your men take care of this bridge here? I find myself firmly put out.
Absolutely. That yes, it was the if the Pinkertons don't mind. And,
I think they've already taken care of it.
Yeah, it's been good. And
I was yelling at them about that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming that they said they were doing that while I was looking into the dead body.
Mm-hmm.
my new toy.
And I don't mean to impose on other cultures, but it can be a good idea to nail the planks in place so they're not ripped up and.
Well, I'm sorry, sir, but we have. I don't believe we have brought any nails and a hammer with us.
No, I was just making an observation for.
I don't think that's cultural as much as it is just construction.
Otis is just looking between them and shaking his head like, "Oh my God, rich people."
That's just good construction.
I just didn't want to, offend anybody.
I'm also going to go out on a limb and say that was nailed down. They took it up. I'm pretty sure for safety purposes and the amount of wildlife in this area that could kill you should you fall in, that was probably nailed down before. Lord knows I wouldn't go back across that bridge to try to fix it for anybody.
So.
All right. Do you have the Pinkertons and possibly Otis take care of the planks?
No, the Pinkertons and Mr. Marsh.
Oh, okay.
I'm checking the rifle, make sure it's still in working condition. My car! This is what you hear from Marsh every now and then.
Damn thing that people did in my car.
Yeah. Mr. Marsh was the one person that negotiated a bit on how much he was going to get paid and made a point of not having a reason for really coming and needing to be paid. So he
has his reason now. He has his reason now. His car is his reason for going. They blew up his car and his life's in stake, so he's going to make sure they die before he does.
Oh yeah, it cost him a lot of money.
Who was the civil engineer? Didn't we have somebody with us that was a civil engineer?
That was the other zombie.
Yes.
Oh, was it? Oh.
Mr. Morgan.
Apparently, the explosion from the previous day put him in a state of shock.
Is he?
Two.
Yep.
And it was just he had nightmares about it, and when he woke up, he was just still shocked. I guess.
Where did this red shirt come from? Oh my.
When I went to sleep, I was wearing a blue button-up with a tie. What happened?
Well, after a little bit, the Pinkertons and Marsh get the planks replaced, and you all pile back into the car and drive your way across.
Yay.
The road bends due south, follows the riverbank, and the area is absolutely desolate swamp. And you see every now and then little patches of farmland breaking up the monotony. You pass several crude shacks and rotting sheds, and there's some of them have a thin black woman or a child sitting outside. Just kind of shakes his head. It's unfortunate lack of attention and proper nutrition and hygiene that prevails in the South at this time. It's tragic, absolutely tragic. The ground seems to rise a little bit, and as you go over a rise, you see a large riverside plantation dominated by a house on a low hill. And Winsworth begins to bring the car to slow the car down and says, "Here we are." The house was obviously once a magnificent example of Southern plantation architecture. Two-storied, a large screen-in porch completely surrounds the ground floor. The peeling white paint is splotched in many places with gray mold, and the porch screen is riddled with holes. From the roof, several lightning rods reach toward the sky, and it can be noticed that many shingles are missing. 4 gigantic oaks surround the house, but they are dripping with Spanish moss and appear nearly dead. About 200 yards downhill from the house is a small but sprawling hamlet of shanties and tin-roofed farm buildings. Most are in poor repair, and some have collapsed. A cluster of sharecroppers, mostly women and children, are gathered in the hamlet, staring up at the recently arrived strangers. Most are black, but a few are white. Joe's shack with its blue-painted door can easily be seen. 4 armed men guard the entrance. And here we shall bring things to a close.
Yay, we don't die tonight.
Are they guarding the entrance just in general or from us?
They're just kind of like, like thugs guarding the outside of their boss's place.
All right.
Kind of just lounging with weapons and such.
Okay.
The Avengers Age of Ultron trailer is online.
Yeah, I just saw
Really?
that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to check that out.
I haven't seen the first one.
Yes, you should. Sorry, it sounded like you said you hadn't seen the first one.
I haven't. I haven't seen a lot of movies I've been intending to watch.
Well, thanks, Ben.
No problem.
Yeah.
That was a little shorter tonight, but we're just about to get right into the main part of things. I didn't want to get too deep into it and have to stop, midway through.
No, yeah.
No, it's fine.
Fair enough.
Well, guys, thanks for playing. Ben, thanks for being the keeper. And thanks to everybody who watched tonight and interacted with us. We'll reconvene next Wednesday night. And, of course, we have our Saturday night game with the other group. That's at 9 Eastern on Saturday nights. And the usual video chat on Sundays at 6 Eastern. So, for everybody watching.
Are you still considering the occasional chat earlier on Saturday?
Yes, I completely forgot to do anything about that. I'm probably going to try and schedule something for a week from Saturday. I want to make sure I do it on the Saturday that Kim can make it. So
I understand.
I got to remember to ask her about that. I keep forgetting. But yes, Short answer is yes.
Mhm.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Appreciate
Thanks for
it.
having us.
Thanks a lot.
Talk to you guys soon.